because we're talking about champions fighting champions, right? Um,
Mm.
I think this one was a bit more controversial. I wouldn't agree with Dofimo and his dad calling that fight a robbery. Um, but this one, um, man, I saw a lot of outrage, and you guys see the punch stats there on your screen. Figueroa threw over 1,000 punches. He landed a lot more, landed more power punches, landed more body punches, and I thought he was winning a lot of these rounds. I can see
Yeah.
why they would score it against him. He was getting hit a lot. A lot of times, defense was non-existent. Fulton was landing the more I guess you
I
can call
catch
him
you.
cleaner. Eye catching would probably be the word. The eye catching punches that was snap Figueroa's head back. I if I had to score it, I would have scored it for Figueroa. He was
Mm.
just a little more active in the close rounds. I feel like he was edging it out. He hurt Fulton a few times in the fight, something that I didn't see Fulton do. I don't think he hurt Figueroa in this fight. So I think it was a close fight. I could see it 7-5 either way or a draw. But if I had to pick a winner, I would go with Figueroa simply because he was landing more in mostly every round. So I
Yeah.
don't know. What would you think
Yeah.
about that one?
So I saw this fight not in real time. I saw it delayed. When I saw it, um, I can see it going to Fulton's way just because, like you mentioned, I like the eye catching. I thought he caught him a little bit cleaner, even though Figueroa was busier. Nonetheless, I'm very impressed with Brandon. Honestly, this is the
Yeah.
guy that we just thought he was just a good-looking kid who would get some fights here and there. He wouldn't, be a title holder, but with the Natty fight, he upset him, and this impresses me because he wasn't there to marry the title. He wanted to unify. He wanted to fight the best. These guys are young in their prime. And I think his stock goes up even in defeat. I think he's gonna have another chance at the title, and I was just really impressed just with his activity and just his willingness to just get in there and mix it up. And if he
And
lost, he
fought
lost.
his
Obviously,
fight.
if he won.
He fought the
Say that
fight
again?
that he fought his fight. He fought
Yeah.
the fight that he wanted to fight. A lot
Yeah.
of times you don't see the guy who spends his back against the ropes. Shout out.
Mhm.
You don't see the judges a lot of times score it for the guy who spends his back against the ropes for the majority of the round, right? So I think that's
Yeah.
why too. I give it a Figueroa because he was fighting his fight. And, people want to talk about ring generalship and this and that, controlling the fight. I think he fought exactly the fight that he wanted to. He got caught a lot, but that's what he does, right? He throws
Yeah.
over 1,000 punches. He takes quite a few, but to me, I think he did enough to win.
Yeah, I can see it go that way. If he didn't get clean, like if his defense was a little bit tighter, if he didn't get caught too much, I can see the judges seeing it his way. Again, it's subjective. Judges like what they, some like the activity, some like, the clean punching. It just happened to be those kind of judges. There was a different kind of judge that the physicality and that, the volume punching. I think Figueroa would have walked away with his titles. Hopefully they get it again. Maybe I'm not sure they're gonna go immediate rematch. I know there's a rematch clause, but again, respect to these two guys for just getting in there and just not being afraid of losing, their or their titles. So I can see these guys changing the game. They're doing something with the lightweights, what I wish the lightweights were doing. So yeah, the 122,
Yeah.
like these guys at 122, I can see them running it back, and hopefully they do it sooner than later.
Yeah, and see this whole theory about, a lot of people are saying Fulton was sharper, or he landed the cleaner punches. I mean, I just feel like people don't score punches equally. Like Figueroa landed a whole lot of body shots, clean body punches. But of course, it's more eye-catching when you land, straight to the face and your opponent's head, wobbles back. That's more eye-catching. But I don't tend to look at that stuff. I tend to just look at punches landed, and obviously clean punches. But I feel like Figueroa landed a ton of clean body punches that Fulton had no answer for. So I wouldn't agree that Fulton was sharper, or obviously his connect ratio looked better, but he threw 300 less punches in Figueroa. So I don't know. I think he was more effective as far as percentage, but I don't know if he was effective as far as um, hurting your opponent. I saw Figueroa hurt Fulton more than Fulton hurt Figueroa. So I strongly disagreed with these cards, especially because they had one judge had 114, 114, and two judges had 116, 112. I don't think it was an 8-4 type of fight for either fighter.
No.
If it would have gone 8-4 for Figueroa, I'd have been like, yeah, I don't agree with that either. I think it was just very, very close and very tough to judge. Showtime, I believe they had it a draw. But if you look at the round by round, a lot of rounds, they were just kind of like, it was like, how did they give this round to this guy? And how did they give this round to that guy? At the end, they got a draw, right? But it was that type of fight that it was very just difficult to score.
I would have seen this 115, 113, 114, 114, or like 115, 113 universally. It was that kind of a close fight. If you put all biases away and try to, see it objectively. I'm gonna go with Jason Cota's comment, and he reads, all three black fighters got the benefit of the doubt in 3 very close fights against Mexican-American fighters.
On this card?
PBC. Yes. So this is something that gets, talked about on social media threads, Twitter threads. I don't want to be the one to bring out the race card, but it's something that's, kind of sometimes a little evident, especially with PBC cards. What are your thoughts on that, Gio? Do you think sometimes that favors, the quote unquote the black American fighter, especially with the PBC company?
I don't know. I didn't really watch the card. I just saw the main event and I saw the replay. But I don't know. That's an interesting take. I hadn't heard about that one, so I don't know if I have a comment on it. But I do like that Figueroa, they kind of called that out. He said they just wanted to make this other fight happen, so he did call it out. I like that. I know Teofimo tried to call them out too. Them most of the time means the powers that be, the people in charge. So I like that they called that out. But as far as nationalities and stuff like that, I don't know. I just thought it was a very close fight. I would have favored Figueroa. But I can see how they could have favored Fulton. All depends on the judges, I guess, like Sean says.